Before we begin, I just want to mention that I will be using this mat for most of our exercises today, both seated and standing, but feel free to do what suits you, and if you don't feel comfortable using it, you don't have to. Any of the exercises can be done without the use of the mat. Welcome back to Strive to Thrive. I'm Amanda, and I'm now going to be leading you through level 2 workouts. Today's workout is going to be a little bit of a review of some of the exercises from level 1 that are mostly focused on balance. If you would like to use your cushion today, I would recommend having that nearby, but if you don't feel comfortable using that, you most certainly do not need to. We're going to start with our warm-up, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our exercises. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. To start, we're just going to be marching in place with some arm swings, making sure you're standing up nice and tall, your shoulders are relaxed, looking straight ahead rather than down at your feet. All about getting the muscles warmed up here. From here, bring those knees a little bit higher, and when you're ready, add in some big forward arm circles. Drive those knees up, keep doing those big arm circles. If you have any shoulder problems, you can always bring it a little lower too. Okay, from here, kick the heels back, and when you're ready, cross the arms, alternating which arm is on top each time. Okay, next up, your feet are about hip width apart. Bring the hands just to the outside of your head without pulling on your head at all. All you're going to do is push the hips back, keeping the legs mostly straight, and just bend down until you feel a slight pull in your hamstrings. So from the side, it's just here and stand up. So let's give that a try. Just push those hips back. We're doing a basic hip hinge movement. You're not pulling on your neck at all. Your hands are just kind of hanging out up here. I like to bring mine just to the outside of my ears. Let's go for one more. Okay, bring it up. Now your feet are still about hip width apart. This time, just a little mini squat. Stand up, that's the first part, so squat. And then you're going to reach as you step out. So let's go ahead and give that a try. So a little squat, tap out, and reach. Think about really reaching over, warming up your sides a little bit. Don't have to go down too low on that squat. Remember, this is still our warm-up. One more on each side. Okay, next up, you're going to be tapping your toes out in front of you, and you're adding in a chest press. So think about pulling those elbows back as your arms come back. You're standing tall, shifting your weight side to side as you tap those toes forward. Okay, now bring it into heel taps forward, heels down, toes up, and then add in an arm curl. Okay, now from here, this is when you might especially want to hold on either to your chair, to a wall, but you also want to make sure you're not going to kick anything. We're going to do some leg swings forward and back. So figure out which leg you want to start with. Shift your weight to the other side. Hold on for balance and just swing back and forth. Really try to focus on that kick back to warm up your hip flexors. Okay, now come to the other side. Same thing. Shift your weight to the other leg. and swing, keeping this leg that you're swinging mostly straight and the knee that you're standing on slightly bent rather than locked out. Okay, you can stop with that. Now we're doing our leg swings to the side. So this time I'd go back to the first leg. You're swinging out and in front of the other leg. So let's try that. This time we're warming up the hips a little more. And bring it to the other leg. Holding on for balance, whatever that looks like for you. And relax. Okay, now what you want to do, give yourself a little bit of room to move side to side. And all we're going to do is 3 steps to the right and 3 steps to the left. So give yourself some room, stand up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, and let's just step. 2, 3, other side. 2, 3. Make sure you're picking up your feet as you do this. We don't want to be dragging our feet at all. One more time, down and back. Okay, good. Just a couple more. Next up, we're going to be doing a torso twist. So for this one, as you twist, pivoting on that back foot, you want to make sure that as you turn as well, your vision stays looking straight ahead rather than down at your feet. Bring it back to center. Last one, stand up tall, your feet are together. Bring the arms out, stretch back a little, and give yourself a hug. Alternate through that. And try to switch which arm is on top each time you bring your arms in front of your body. Stretching out your chest and the upper back here. Last time, and relax. Okay, you're officially warmed up. Let's get started with the workout. Now that we're warmed up, you can grab your cushion and set it on your seat, and then you can go ahead and have a seat. Sitting a little bit more forward on your chair, I'd like you to sit up nice and tall. Relax those shoulders and just get a feel for sitting here nice and tall. Think about activating those core muscles. Just want to make sure those muscles are awake and that we feel comfortable sitting here before we go further. Now's the time. If you don't feel comfortable sitting on this cushion, I would recommend taking it out and just using your chair. You will still benefit from all of these exercises whether you are using the cushion or not. Also, make sure your feet are flat, you're looking straight ahead, your shoulders are relaxed, and your feet are planted on the floor. Now that we've got this, we're going to go ahead and close our eyes. Only if you feel comfortable. If your chair has armrests, you can use those as well, but go ahead and stay in this position and just close your eyes. Think about sitting still. Really pay attention to how your body feels as you're sitting with your eyes closed. Do you feel pretty comfortable here? Do you feel like you're swaying? Or are you just pretty much staying in one spot? Start to get in tune with how your body's feeling. Okay, go ahead and slowly open those eyes. Now, we're going to just take it up a notch by just swaying from one side to the other. Keeping the eyes open, just think about shifting your weight from one side to the other. You're still sitting up nice and tall, and you're just kind of, as you shift to one side, your weight is a little bit more on that side of your body. Okay, now that you feel comfortable with that, we're going to close our eyes. And just as a side note, your hands can be resting on your legs, or they can also be crossed on your chest, or if you'd rather, you can hold on to the armrests as well. So stay seated tall, close your eyes, and sway from one side to the other. Pay attention to how this is feeling. Do you feel like you're in control of your body? Are you aware of where you're at as you're moving while your eyes are closed? Bring it back to the center and slowly open your eyes. Great job! Now we're going to be moving right along. This time we're going to rock forward and back. So pay attention to how the weight is shifting in your feet as you lean forward and back. Same thing, hands can be just resting on your legs, arms crossed or holding on if you want. Make sure you keep those feet flat on the floor. So let's sit up nice and tall with the eyes open. We're going to lean forward and back. Only as far back as you feel comfortable. Doesn't need to be too far. Okay, bring it back to center. You know what's coming next. Now that you feel comfortable doing that, let's do it with our eyes closed. So make sure you're in your good position, your feet are flat, sitting tall, close your eyes, and just slowly lean forward and back. Remembering to breathe throughout this, and if at any point you feel uncomfortable, please do open your eyes. Bring it back to center and relax. Okay, awesome job so far. Last one in our seated position here is going to be focusing on our weight shift and lifting a foot up. So what you're going to do, same thing with your arms. You're going to lean to one side, lift the opposite foot up, bring that foot down, shift your weight to the other side, and pick your foot up. So it's just going to be here. It's going to engage your core a little bit more as well. Still sitting more towards the front of your chair and sitting nice and tall. This one we're only doing with our eyes open. So go ahead and get in your position, lean to one side, pick up the opposite foot, hold briefly, and then switch sides. Lean as far as you're comfortable, pick up that foot, one more time on each side. Bring it back to center and relax. Okay, awesome job there. Now that you've kind of gotten a sense of your balance, we're going to take a break from this, review getting down and up from the floor, and then we're going to move on to some standing balance exercises. So go ahead and stand up and get over to your space where you have some room, and you want your chair nearby you as well. So in level 1, we discussed how to get up from the floor. Although it's not everyone's favorite, it is an important skill to know. I'm going to review the 3 ways. I ask that you do it with me and at least practice one way that you feel comfortable with. So now get down on the floor however you might feel comfortable. I'll show you our 3 ways, and then you can decide which way works best for you. So if you're laying on the floor, if your legs are bent, you're going to straighten one leg. So I'm bringing my right leg out straight. My left arm is coming up over my head, and I'm turning towards the left, making my way to all fours. Option 1 is you get here, you crawl to the nearest chair, and then you stand up from here. So that's one way to get up from the floor. The second way focuses on using a little bit more of your upper body. So same thing, that right leg is extending, left arm comes up, I turn over to the left, I get on all fours. This time, I tuck my toes under, push up my knees, and walk my hands back. That's going to be your option that uses a little bit more of your upper body. And the last option is going to focus more on using your legs to help you. So once again, my leg would come out straight, opposite arm comes overhead, turn towards the side of the straight arm, get onto all fours again, this time swinging one leg around, and then you're going to use that leg to help you stand up. So those are the 3 options. What I want you to do now is practice one of those, getting up at your own speed, figuring out what feels most comfortable for you. So if you're in a situation where you're down on the floor, you have the skills and the strength to get up. So whichever way, you can turn to either side, whether it's your left or your right. Okay, so think about bringing that leg out, opposite arm overhead, turn towards your side of that arm, bring it to all fours. And then from here, this is where you determine how you're getting up. So make your way to your standing position, and then you can stand up. We're only going through that once, don't worry. Okay, now that we've practiced some seated balance exercises, we've gotten down on the floor and then gotten back up, now it's time for some standing balance exercises. If you're using your cushion, you can put it on the floor. My recommendation for you is to either be behind your chair and or in the corner of a wall. So the corner just provides walls on both sides to be able to grab onto if you lose your balance. I'm going to be showing out here so you can see me, but please be behind your chair or in the corner so you have something to hold on to if you feel like you're losing your balance. First up, we've got our basic mountain pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand with your feet together. You're going to relax those shoulders down and back away from your ears. Your knees are mostly straight but not locked, and your vision is straight ahead. Nice and neutral spine here. Just getting a sense of your balance. Notice how the weight is. Are you leaning on one side more than the other? Ideally, you want it to be equal between both legs. Okay, now that we've kind of gotten our sense of balance, bring your feet just a little bit wider. Keep your right foot on the cushion and bring your left foot back slightly. So now we're going into more of a split stance. You're actually going to come up on the ball of your foot. Again, you might start to feel a little shaky here. This is where that chair in front of you or the walls next to you come in handy. So your right foot is on the cushion. Your left foot is back. You're on the ball of that left foot, still keeping those shoulders relaxed. Your arms can just be hanging out at your side. You can hold on to the chair if you need it. Once again, feeling how much maybe your feet are wobbling or your ankles and feet are wobbling. That's okay, embrace that wobble. That means our balance is working and it's getting better. Okay, now bring that left foot back up on the cushion and your right foot back. Other side now, come up on the ball of the foot of the right leg and standing here now. You may also notice that one side feels easier than the other. That is not uncommon. That's why it's good to be in tune with which side feels a little bit more comfortable for you. Okay, go ahead and relax. Bring both feet back up onto the cushion. Now, this is when it gets fun. This time, you're going to keep both feet on the cushion, but you're going to have one foot in front of the other. And your feet may not fit on the cushion, that's okay. The idea is you want most of your feet on the cushion, one foot in front of the other. Again, I highly encourage you to be standing behind a chair. I'm not for demonstration purposes, but please hold on for your safety if you feel like you need it. This one is much harder. So choose which foot you want to have in front first. It doesn't matter, but feel how much you might be shaking here versus the last one even. You're probably feeling a little less steady here. I know I am personally. I still want you looking straight ahead. Your shoulders are down and back just so they're relaxed. Your hands are relaxed at your side. Okay, you can stop. Now the other foot in front. Again, pay attention to which side seems maybe a little bit easier for you. Embrace that wobble. Your feet are getting stronger here. Your ankles are getting stronger. Keep looking straight ahead. The tendency is to want to look down at our feet, but that can put some strain on our neck. So keep looking straight ahead as you do this. And go ahead and step off your cushion. If you need to shake out your ankles a little bit or your legs, you can go ahead and do that. We've got one more balance exercise standing, but it's going to be single-sided. So this one, we're going to do our single leg balance. There's a couple of options too. If you don't feel comfortable standing on one foot like this, then what I encourage you to do is bring your other foot down, just barely touching your toes on the floor. That's going to provide a sense of support and stability for you. And then you can of course still hold on to your chair in front of you as well. So this time we're doing our single leg stance. Again, doing what's most comfortable for you. If you were doing the other exercises on the cushion but you don't feel comfortable using the cushion on this one, you can most certainly do it on the floor and just do your single leg stance that way. So remember, this is your workout, do what's best for you. Go ahead, I'm starting with my right foot, but it doesn't matter because we'll do both feet. Get your balance on your one foot. You can start out with that kickstand if you're ready. And then if you feel comfortable, pick that foot up. And if you're holding onto your chair in front of you, maybe try to just hold on with a couple of fingers. If you're really rocking all over the place, keep this foot down and hold on a little. That way you can just start to practice with your balance without feeling like you're flopping all over the place. Okay, go ahead and relax. Okay, now you're going to step up with your other foot. Get your balance. You can use that kickstand to start. When you're ready, if you're comfortable, lift that other foot up. Remember, try to just maybe hold on with a couple of fingers or with your hands, but not too much pressure on the chair. That way you can help continue to improve your balance in a comfortable way, of course. And go ahead and relax. You can step off your cushion. Again, you can shake it out a little if you need to. Now that we've done our exercises, it's time to stretch. All of our stretches today are going to be sitting down, so you can sit in your chair without your cushion this time. Sitting towards the front of your chair. First up, you're going to bring your right leg out straight, resting your hands on your left leg, and you're just going to lean forward at the waist. You should feel that gentle stretch all the way down at the back of your leg. Go ahead and switch sides now. Bring the left leg out, hands are on your right leg which is bent, and just lean forward at the hips. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Okay, bring that left leg back in. Now you're going to cross one leg over the other. Sit up nice and tall. My right leg is crossed over my left leg, so I'm feeling the stretch in my right glute. You can press down if you need an extra stretch, but most people just, hanging out here is enough of a stretch. And bring it to the other side. Cross the other leg over, sitting up tall still. And go ahead and relax. You can sit back in your chair. Now we're going to bring the legs out and do some ankle circles. Stretch out the feet and the ankles a little bit after working them pretty good today. And switch directions. And up and down. Okay, relax your feet. Now I want you to sit up nice and tall in your chair. Roll those shoulders back a few times. Now keep your shoulders down and back away from your ears. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Keep your shoulders nice and square, meaning you're not tilting your shoulders or you're not raising your shoulder towards your ear. Feel that gentle stretch on the opposite side of your neck. And then stay on the same side, look down to the floor. Okay, now bring your neck to the other side. Start out with your ear to your shoulder. Once again, feeling that stretch on the opposite side. And then from here, look down to the floor. And then just keep your chin tucked towards your chest and roll your head from one side to the other just in front of your body. And bring it back to center. And there you have it. You made it through the first workout of level 2. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.